Gather around. What is going down? It's Brate Podcast coming at y'all on a Friday evening. A little bit of a different angle. Normally have my sports cue set up, but tonight, thought before I get prepared to lose my mind and lose a bit of sense I got left, I thought I'd go ahead and do a bit of a memory / trend / verbiage of what I would define to be great music. Yesterday we lost a very key and pivotal musician. Of course the phone would ring in the middle of my podcast. It would be no other way. But I'm gonna just keep on moving. We lost Prince. They haven't really given many details as to what occurred, but Prince passed away yesterday at the age of 57, and I've been very silent about it, and part of that is because I link with a lot of artists. I mean, Whitney passed, it was heavy. When Mike passed, that was big. Prince was kind of my era of music, and I can't emphasize to you all how much there's so many songs that Prince did that I will always remember listening to good music. The first and the most evident artist that I really stand behind, or well, not artist, but the song that always comes out. Everybody always says Purple Rain, but there were some songs like Sign of the Times, If I Was Your Girlfriend, Little Red Corvette, Soft and Wet. Oh my gosh, like you talking about some stories being told. He put a lot of him into that song. You know, it's just a tough. I'm not gonna do a lot of spills and deals about it because this is supposed to be my sports podcast, and I'm kind of blending him into it only for a brief story. Brief story time, and then I'm kind of gonna close out and drop the mic and keep it moving. But back on March 3rd of this year, he was at a Golden State game. And if I'm not mistaken, Golden State was playing Oklahoma City, the Thunder. I don't know. Sorry, I'm like in this little mini breathing, about to pass out, death by podcast mode, but I'll get the story out eventually. Anyway, so he was at the game. He came in, had his cane, had his game ready. He was game time down. He was ready to go. So he gets to the game, and it's one of those things where it just went down, and it just was an enjoyable experience to realize that Prince was at the basketball game. And the reason I'm telling this story or kind of blending it in is because on Wednesday, one of my coworkers and I just happened to have a conversation talking about how he was at the basketball game and how he made his appearance, and was like, "Oh snap, Prince at the game, da 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 da, whatever." And to go from him being at the game and us talking about it to today, the story being, "Oh well, he's passed," still doesn't add up. A lot of people don't want to believe it. Then there's a lot of stories going around of, oh, it was from TMZ. You know, they're not a reliable source. Well, by the time it got to Associated Press and it got to the other sources of news, it was confirmed that he did indeed pass. I decided today that I'm doing my purple bit. I'm going to see if I can find my shirt from that I wore a few weeks back. Stream like nobody's watching, because now, to kind of segue into it, I am planning on possibly live streaming, so I will be getting that networked and presented a little bit more. I did a little bit today, and I kind of got some stuff up, but it was kind of random and sporadic, so it wasn't like the best quality, but it was some streaming, so it is what it is. Take it for what it's worth. Anyway, so I got that going, but I truly and honestly have not touched any of my my music that I even have for Prince on on my hard drive or on my library, because I just can't even process it. It's one of those things where you can't process it, you don't want to process it, you don't even want to acknowledge that it happened, but it happened. So I'm saying all that to say, just value and live life to the end, man. Just, make the most of what comes your way, because you never know what can happen. And we hear people say that and we like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, sure, I got you, no problem. But we don't really know the meaning or the true backstory behind how important that can be if you just go out and just do your best to just live. So that's kind of my brief discussion I'm going to do. This isn't going to be one of my long podcasts. Normally I'm always finding a way to push to the full 30 minutes, but this time around I'm kind of being a little bit of a silent assassin on purpose. But as I always tell my listeners, you all know there's a method to my madness. I plan to come back soon, possibly on next Sunday, either Sunday or Monday. I will get some thoughts composed, because there has been quite a bit of basketball going down in the league, and some NFL news has happened. So I want to definitely get all those topics queued and prepared. So I will let that do what it does and be what it be. So that's where I'm at. And thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, this is BT signing out. Peace.